Okay, hi guys, it's Amber. I am back with another video to give you a rundown on what's happened so far. So I told you guys in the last video a little bit about my plans, my long run plans, and how I'm kind of walking the line and deciding whether or not I would like to go down the medical route or stay within the nursing route. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened so far with school and how things are coming along and kind of what to expect in your own school and your own journey. So far, this is the rundown. I went to see a counselor. The counselor told me to sign up and register online for the Hesi test. I took the Hesi exam, and then after the Hesi test, took all of my paperwork that she handed me that day, which was basically a list of all the classes that I've taken that I needed to check off, and to tell them what grades I had received on all of them, a transcript, any volunteer experience that I had had, and thankfully I had gotten some volunteer experience working in a hospital alongside a doctor doing some research, research for him. He was an internal medicine doctor, and he was trying to figure out the connection between years of smoking and overall outcomes with COPD, and so he had me and another one of the students from school doing some number gathering and some research with that. So I had some years of experience with, or some hours of experience with that, and I included that in my packet. So then once the grades from my Hesi exam came back and they were favorable, I got a 90 on the overall exam. I put that together with my experience and my grades, my GPA from school, and submitted it to the nursing office. Then I got an acceptance email a few months later. When I got my acceptance email, they told me that there would be a mandatory orientation. So I attended that orientation a few weeks ago, and was extremely surprised at just the amount of work that was involved just to get into the program itself. They handed us this very thick packet, and actually it was two packets. It was a book, which was the nursing handbook, and a folder, and the folder was thick. It was filled with paperwork and informational sheets. So they spent a good 3-4 hours with us just explaining everything to a T. Very thorough explanation of everything we would need to expect from the program. So we're talking about the first steps to get in, types of things that we need to maintain to stay in, and what we can expect from the actual program itself. So the first bit of information that we got was the health packet. So we got these sheets of paper that had all this information on it. They wanted us to go to our doctor and obtain titer values for immunizations. They would not accept our immunization records. We actually had to have titers drawn, and the reason they want to do that is because they want to make sure that you're healthy enough to perform the duties of a nurse, and that you're not going to pass on any pathogens, and that you're not going to become infectious and spread around diseases to other patients. So we had to have those titers drawn. Any immunizations that we had not had, or were not things that we were not immune to, we had to have those immunizations. We had to have a flu shot, and we had to have a TB shot as well, or a TB test. So they did, and my doctor, it was really fast and quick, a little skin test for TB. Had it read 2 days later, it was negative. My doctor wrote all that stuff down, and then wrote in my packet that I had immunity to all the diseases that they were looking for. I had to submit that. I also had to go and get a BLS certification for healthcare providers, which would be like a CPR. So I had to go get my CPR test or lecture and test done. It took about 4 hours one afternoon on a Saturday. The total cost, I went through the American Heart Association, was about $80. Got that out of the way. Took all of that information and then submitted it to an online clinical rotation program. And that's actually, today I saw that some more things that I had submitted have been approved, so yay, one step closer. And then after all that, they discussed with us, oh, I had to have a drug test as well, so I assume that nobody who's going into the medical field or nursing is a drug user or abuser, but if you are, I'm just gonna let you know, if you're considering going into a nursing program or to go to medical school, in order to work in a hospital, they have to make sure that you are not abusing drugs or using them illegally. So you will have to have a drug test, so stop smoking now if that's something that you do, or stop doing whatever it is that you do now. And they do a very thorough drug test. I mean, a 10 panel for me, so you need to definitely, call it quits now. Anyway, after all that, they explained to us kind of what to expect from the program. My program for the first couple semesters, I'm going to be doing 2 days of class and then 1 day of clinicals, and then it will eventually increase to 2 days of class and 2 days of clinicals. So I'll be doing that. It's going to be very busy. They actually made us sign a waiver that said that we would not work while we were in the program, because the program is so intense that there's just no way that we would be able to work and maintain a job and nursing school at once. So I did want to make that plain to you guys too. It's a lot of work. I haven't personally witnessed the amount of work yet, but it was stressed to us several times that we would need to stop working. So after that, I bought a stethoscope, and it's actually right here. I'll grab it. Don't look at my pants. They're not very stylish. Kind of lounging around the house in pajamas. So I did buy a stethoscope. It's a Littman Classic 3. That happened at orientation. It's a sweet stethoscope. I'm really happy with it because it's got a dual bell. One is for adults and one is for peds. And the ear tubes are actually cardiology appropriate tubes, so it lets us hear all the sinus rhythms, it lets us hear all the rhythms, and lets us make sure we can hear everything correctly. So that was really important to me, to have one that was going to be good, that would carry me through working and not just through school. So after that, then we were able to talk to the program directors about any questions we had. They let us go for the day, and we got emails with a recap of everything that we had discussed. Then I went to a uniform store and picked up ordered my scrubs. I'm so excited about that. I'm really excited because I feel like wearing a uniform kind of makes it all official. So I ordered my scrubs. They are, of course, in the school color with my school logo embroidered on them, and got some work shoes, got a penlight, a pocket drug guide, and I'm basically just waiting to start. We got an email letting us know that registration actually for classes opens up tomorrow, so woo! I'm excited about that. At 8 a.m. I'm going to be running downstairs like a kid on Christmas, opening up my computer and popping in my selected times for class. So basically that's how things have been going so far. I will say I've been doing a lot of reading, watching a lot of videos online. I joined allnurses.com, and I've just been doing all the reading and research I can to just make sure I'm really fully prepared for this. And last but not least, I've been really trying to make an impact in the current classes that I'm taking. I'm currently in chem and physics. I don't need them for my nursing school right now, but I will need them if I decide to go to medical school and when I go on to my BSN degree later. So I'm just making sure that I keep my GPA up and stay focused on the things that I need to have done. And that's it so far. If you guys have any questions, pop them in the comment section for me. Hopefully this video was informative about what's been happening in nursing school so far, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.